The Pacific Institute is thrilled to be one of the first awardees of the inaugural U.S. Water Prize from Clean Water America Alliance. The truth is, the goals of the Pacific Institute at finding solutions to the nation's water quantity and quality problems are very much aligned with the goals of the Clean Water America Alliance, and we're honored to be an awardee.
Can you tell us about the science and policy focus of the Pacific Institute?
The entire purpose of the Institute, the Pacific Institute, is to try and find sustainable solutions to the growing challenges with global and regional and national freshwater issues. We work very hard to combine science with policy. We do integrated work to understand the nature of our problems, but also especially the nature of our water solutions. We really believe there are effective, sustainable solutions to our water problems. And we try and focus on what those solutions are and how best to implement them.
Can you tell us about the education and outreach at the Institute?
In addition to the strong effort the Institute makes at understanding and communicating science, we really make an effort to reach out to policy communities around the country, from local water agencies all the way up to the U.S. Congress, to the upper level policymakers. Water is a local issue, but it's also a national issue, and communicating good science, communicating the effective solutions that we think are out there is a fundamental core of what the Pacific Institute is all about.
Can you tell us about the tools at the Institute, some of them that you create for a sustainable water future?
So the Pacific Institute works hard on the science of water challenges and the science of water solutions. We work hard on communicating those solutions to the right level, to policymakers, so that they understand the science, and we use a variety of tools in order to make those things happen. We create internet tools, web-based tools, communications tools. We work with electric utilities and water utilities to look at the water and energy implications of their activities. We're working in developing countries to try and release what we call trapped knowledge, to try and get the tremendous amount of good information out there into the right hands at the right time. We created a calculator called WeCalc to let individuals calculate their home water use and energy use and greenhouse gas emissions. We use communications tools on websites to try and get information and publications into the right hands at the right time.
What do you see for the future of water?
The bad news, of course, is that there are plenty of water challenges that face us. We have many unresolved problems from the 20th century. We have new problems that face us in the 21st century, like climate change. But the good news is that the positive vision for the future, the solutions to our water problems are out there. We see smart, innovative people working hard to solve water problems every day. We see a positive future for water if the kinds of groups that the Clean Water America Alliance represents, the community groups, the utilities, the private companies, the non-governmental organizations, environmental groups, individuals, all work together to solve our water problems. If those kinds of collaborations can continue, in the long run, I'm optimistic that the United States and hopefully the rest of the world will solve our water problems and will move to a sustainable future for water. One of the strengths of the Pacific Institute is that we take a view that water problems are complex and have to be integrated. We have to think about water and energy, and water and food, and water and climate change, and water and basic human needs, and water and ecosystems all together. That we're not going to solve our water problems unless we think about these problems and the solutions in an integrated way. And that's led the Pacific Institute to do extensive work on what we call the soft path for water, an innovative approach that looks at the appropriate role for technology, but also smart economics and smart institutions, and integrating human and environmental needs for water, and rethinking water supply and demand. The soft path for water is the way we believe we have to think about water in the future.